we have a choice to make either decision to reject over 60% of these names or give President Ruto his skunk. Let us not interfere with it. We give it to him. He has asked for it. Let us give him his cabinet. We know he's going to run the government from State House. These are not people who can run a government. Apart from a few individuals who are not even more than 8, the rest are incompetent, unqualified, have integrity issues, are people who cannot deliver this country from where it is to the next level that we want the country to move in. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I will oppose most of the names.
Hi everyone, hope you're doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Right now, there is a video trending when the ODM chairman John Mbadi was reacting to the people that Ruto had nominated to be grilled so that they can be appointed to various ministries as cabinet secretaries. This video is trending, but it was during that time. One question, why is the video trending? John Mbadi described these people that Ruto had appointed as incompetent, unqualified, and people who have integrity issues that they can't deliver to this country if given those ministries. I don't know if John Mbadi has been vindicated. You can tell me in the comment section. Are they incompetent? Are they unqualified? Have they failed to deliver? Obvious, that is the reason why the video is trending here. So it was clear that we have a choice to make a decision either to reject 60% of the nominees that Ruto had been given or give Ruto his skunk. Indeed, they gave Ruto what he wanted. And they made a prediction that Ruto is going to micromanage ministries from State House. I don't know if it was wrong. I want to believe that John Mbadi has been vindicated. You can tell us as far as how Ruto is, how these ministries are being run. Now, look at people like the Agriculture Minister, CS Nturi. Tell me if John Mbadi was right or wrong. From fake fertilizer, you come to so many failures in terms of importation of food. He told us that he's going to contract farmers from Zambia so that we can have maize here in Kenya and sort out the issue of high cost of Gorogoria mahindi flour. So the issue of Mithika Linturi, now impeachment. We are heading to an impeachment of Mithika Linturi. Mbadi warned us. And they warned William Ruto. Talk about finance minister. Is it Ndung, the former CBK governor? He had corruption cases, but Ruto appointed him. Tell us the performance of the shilling against the dollar. Where did Uhuru Kenyatta left it? And where is it at now, as of now? Was John Mbadi right or wrong? I think you can tell us. You talk about Moses Kuria. He was moved from the Ministry of Trade, Industry and Investment because of failures. The issue of edible oil and other things. Now he is coming with a dangerous proposal. And the cabinet is now passing it. That all civil servants should work on short-term contracts. Where they can renew or not. Mambo ya permanent contracts haiko tena. Look at that. Mambo ya professionalism inaenda wapi? We are reducing it to that. Talk of Aisha Juma. She was moved elsewhere. Kindiki. We are talking about bandits in this country who are now taking charge of some areas. You know, the work of the president. How can you watch in silence when the country is being taken over by bandits? Not even an inch of this country should be in the hands of bandits. But they are claiming. So as bandits take control of this country, Kindiki is silent. Our policemen going to Haiti. Sasa nani mwenye ameadvise Ruto hiyo? If it's not micromanaging these ministries from State House. Talk about Aden Duale. Duale is silent when we are seeing police officers in fight with the the Kenya Defense Forces. This fight is unhealthy. It should never be encouraged. But the loud silence from Aden Duale bring a lot of speculations here. How safe are we when the disciplined forces are in fight among themselves? Incompetence is all over and is silent. So many things we can mention, and the list is very long. You can continue to mention all this. So the fact is that this video is trending because what John Mbadi said has come to fulfilled. So I want to leave you with this video. Watch to the end and drop your comment. But above all, remember to subscribe, like, share, and comment.
Mr. Speaker, I have also mentioned that Honorable Duale, I think everybody has been speaking about how Duale has the work ethics. Duale has been majority leader for about 7 years. He has served even as assistant minister. I agree that Honorable Kipchumba Murkomen is versatile. He may not have the experience in that ministry that he has been charged with, but he is versatile. I know he can adopt. There are others like Eliudo Walo, people who have not worked in government, but through experience in terms of consultancy, he can get into that ministry and perform. 2 years, I can't overemphasize. Kithure Kindiki, misplaced, but intelligent enough, he can adjust. Speaker Muturi, I am sure, will deliver. But Mr. Speaker, looking at this cabinet in totality, I have my fears. We are approving, if we do approve, we are approving a cabinet that is not so competent. We are approving a cabinet that I think the mindset of the appointing authority was not on service delivery. This is not a cabinet that is going to bring economic revolution in this country. This is not a cabinet that is going to have Kenya take off from a middle-income economy. This is a cabinet that lacks competence, integrity in many aspects. So what was informing the appointment of these members to the cabinet? If you can have Aisha Juma tasked with the responsibility of reforming our civil service, which has challenges, I fear that is not something that is going to work. This is a cabinet that was informed by political expediency. The president has actually appointed 2027 campaign managers, regional campaign managers. The president is simply telling us that we give him a cabinet that is not going to function because he's ready to run the entire government system, machinery, and structure from State House using advisors. Otherwise, we would not have a cabinet that we have today. The cabinet is deficient in terms of academic, in terms of professional competence, in terms of experience, in terms of integrity. Many people with cases. Look at the case of Davis Chirchir, Mr. Speaker. This is the same gentleman who was removed from office in 2015. Removed from office on matters of corruption. This gentleman, how many Kenyans, if you ask them today, would remember that he was holding the docket of energy? Very few, meaning he left no impact in that ministry. And then you are leaving a lady you have already appointed to the cabinet called Rebecca Miano, who has enough experience, expertise, knowledge, capacity to run the Ministry of Energy, Mr. Speaker.
Point of order from Chepkonga.
What is the point of order? It's just argument. Point of argument, wasting my time.
Mr. Speaker, you know, Honorable Mbadi knows that I know the law. I rise pursuant to Standing Order number 83, as read together with Standing Order number 91, on the accuracy of your information. Mr. Speaker, would it be in order for Honorable Mbadi, who has been sitting in this house, he knows that Mr. Chirchiri was never charged in any court of law. He was removed in a very capricious manner. He cannot quote any case here. He is just bringing some market talk from outside. Mr. Speaker, he is under an obligation to be accurate. If he thinks that somebody is corrupt, he should give us. In any event, you had the government the last time. You should have charged him in a court of law. But you cannot just come and engage in a market talk here, in a serious house, on the Mbadi. For goodness sake, please. what a case in which Honorable Chirchir has been convicted or has been charged with an offense.
Honorable Mbadi.
You know, Mr. Speaker, Honorable Chepkonga is lucky that Chepkut is no longer there. He would lose in the next election. Mr. Speaker, the threshold, Mr. Speaker, the threshold under Chapter 6 is higher than cases being in court and such like, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the threshold for approval in this House, we are not a court of law. In this House, we are approving you based on your capacity to hold office. Look at the lady Penina. She's being disapproved simply because she could not talk properly in the committee. And you are telling me that a name that has been brought here by none other than the president as having been mentioned in matters corruption, that person is as clean as cotton. Mr. Speaker, let us be serious. Even if, and I've never been in government except in 2008 to 2013 when I was in Nusumukati government. I have never been in government since that time, Mr. Speaker. So, Mr. Speaker, as I conclude, we have a choice to make either decision to reject over 60% of these names or give President Ruto his skunk. Let us not interfere with it. We give it to him. He has asked for it. Let us give him his cabinet. We know he's going to run the government from State House. These are not people who can run a government. Apart from a few individuals who are not even more than 8, the rest are incompetent, unqualified, have integrity issues, are people who cannot deliver this country from where it is to the next level that we want the country to move in. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I will oppose most of the names.